Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I am excited to be here today. It's a new month. It's all new experiences. We're going into summer. It's June. It's June 1st. I'm very excited. I'm here today to go over my EveryDollar June 2020 budget. So what I did last month, in the month of May, is I completely zeroed out May. I have no money rolling over from May into June. I did that because I wanted to make a large payment to my school loan, which I did, and in a few days the transaction should show up on EveryDollar and move on over. So I'm excited about that. But yes, I paid that already. I've already gotten my husband's income for military retirement and VA disability. My son has paid us rent. And so those three things are already in my income right now. And I have my planned income from my husband's salary check that he always gets every other Friday. There's only 2 Fridays in the month, or every other Friday, 4 Fridays, which 2 of those are paydays, instead of 5 Fridays where we got 3 paychecks last month. That was exciting. So yeah, I'm sorry, I hesitated there. I looked at it and it says balance forward. So there is money in there. I will take that out and I'll show you that I did not, if I can get my computer to respond. There we go. If I take this out, this will tell me that this is what I have left after budgeting this month. So yeah, that's what I have left to budget. As you can see, there's no remaining from the previous month. It did not roll over. I have no buffer except for this $683.95. So I'm going to put that back in. I put it here in the sinking fund because you have to assign every dollar a job. And this job for this amount of money is just to sit there. And it could be balanced forward to the next month, or I can decide to spend it later. We'll see what happens. I'm thinking about at the end of the month maybe putting it into savings. I'm not sure yet. I really don't know. It depends on how much we can spend. I might put it towards our school loan, my school loan. I'm not sure. I have to go see what I budgeted for school loan. I don't think I budgeted anything this month. This month is a little weird in the sense that I have to pay on City of Chesapeake's vehicle property tax fee thing. I don't know. I'm not used to paying property tax on vehicles. Apparently, it's a normal thing for most states. If it is normal in your state, would you mind putting a comment down below? Because the states my husband and I lived in was Florida, and they don't have state tax, and Washington State, which doesn't have state tax, and neither one of them have property tax for vehicles. So when my husband got out of the Navy and retired here in Virginia, this is what they had. And we're like, oh my goodness, it does not pay to have a brand new car in Virginia because you're going to pay over $1,000 for a brand new car annually for the first few years. It's just a lot of money. But you'll see down below how much it's going to cost for our Jeep and our Armada. Our Jeep is 11 years old, and our Armada is 7 years old. So they're older vehicles, they're paid off, so we have no car payment, but it's like, oh my gosh, we're still spending less than $600, but we're still spending a lot of money on these 2 vehicles. So, it doesn't pay to have a new vehicle in this state. I don't know, maybe it's just me because I'm not used to having it. But yeah, so now I'm at EveryDollar budget. I assigned all the rest of the dollars here in my balance forward, so I can either use it later when I go over something in my budget, or if something pops up, I can use that later. That's what all that's for. So here we go. Let's go down here. These are our sinking funds, and these top ones I had them scattered in my previous month. If you watched the May one, I had them scattered throughout here, and I just reorganized the order. So these are our annual premiums that we pay every year. I need to put termite here, I think, because that's what that goes to. So our annual termite goes there. Actually, termite and quarterly, I should say. Trying to find spray. They come out quarterly to spray. So, and there's that. I'm adding to heating and AC. This is an annual thing where they come and clean our heating and air conditioning unit in the spring and the fall. So I'm building up a sinking fund for that and savings. City of Chesapeake for the vehicle. This is the average of the vehicle, property, and the stormwater that we pay every year now. The stormwaters came when we bought our house. We've been in our house for a year, and so that's a thing. That's what we have to pay. So between the two of those, what we paid this year in the month of May and June, what I did was go ahead and combine those two numbers, divide them by 12, and then create a sinking fund. And I kind of rounded them up so it'd be a little more than what I needed. So hopefully next year none of those go up. They all stay either at what we spent this year or go down a little bit. But that's what that's all about. I'm hoping to start funding these starting in January. Hoping of 2021. I'm hoping the pandemic is, pretty much over by the end of the year. We'll see how this winter goes. I'm hoping that we have a hot enough summer. I've heard, just like with the flu, many times this will dissipate because of the heat. But if it's similar to the flu enough, that it may just resurge again in coming months when the winter hits again. I have no idea. This pandemic has just got me reeling, and all I could do is pray. God, it's in your hands, and I'll let him take care of the rest, because it's not my job. It's his job. So that's one way of looking at it, and I'll just depend on him. But it does wear you down that you are not God, you are not in control, and you can't make this go away. So anyway, so hopefully by January I can start funding these all over again and just rebuilding them. And I may come up with something completely different. I have no idea, but we'll play it by ear. We still have our $1,000 emergency fund. We have our $1,501.15 that we put towards our 3 to 6 months expenses. This came out of our, what do they call it? Stimulus check. That's what that was. Those two numbers. Travel expense savings. I'm still waiting to hear if my husband needs money. It's there if you need it. I can transfer it out of savings into this travel expense here if some charges happen to come through. So that takes care of that. Prepaid Go card. This is my husband's fund money or personal money. I've got our mortgage set up, our natural gas, electric, home security, city utilities, cell phone. And I left this stormwater of Chesapeake because it's pretty much, because we bought the house, I put it under the home expenses. And I'm just going to leave it there. Even though it's a once a year thing and I don't have to have it there every month, I think with the new insights here and analytics that they have, keeping your titles and keeping your budget, especially after the first 3 months that you do start a budget here in EveryDollar, it starts solidifying and you get into a rhythm and you know what you like and know what you need. If you know it's only once a year, leave a $0 amount there until you need it. That way, every year, once you've been on the app or online for 3 or 4 years, you can go back and use these insights to really see what's going on year after year after year. But I'm just now completing my first year of EveryDollar. Whoa, first year of EveryDollar. That's amazing to me. It just dawned on me. Wow. So that's pretty cool. But that's why I've decided to leave it there. Oil change does not need to happen this month. We're just not driving enough. Vehicle property tax. Yeah, fee. That's what that is. I leave that up every month. I know it's coming. I just leave it there. This is what it was this month. Our stormwater I paid in May. It was $44.10. Vehicle property tax for City of Chesapeake was $579.29 for an 11-year-old Jeep and a 7-year-old Armada. So I don't know where they get their numbers, but that's what they came up with. So there's that. We have not charged anything on the Amco Synergy card. So We didn't need any maintenance this month. If it pops up, I can always put it in and we'll work on it from there. Gasoline, I went ahead and left the $2.50. I know I'm not going to spend $2.50. I'm hoping I might. I'm hoping I can like drive to my parents or drive to Kentucky or somewhere and visit some family or something like that in the month of June. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing. Groceries and household. So I went way up on this. I'm using EveryDollar that comes in. I'm using all of it. So what I'm using here and what happened here is I went from $850 to $1,150. And what I did is I took the last 6 months, and though many of those months were holidays and like Christmas and New Year's and things like that, where we spent extra money for Thanksgiving and Christmas and family and stuff like that, I just took the average of those 6 months, and that's what I came up with. Is it the right thing to do? I don't know. But it's really high enough that I haven't gotten that high yet in the past 2 or 3 months. So I think what I'm going to do is look at May and June's number at the end of June, and if it's close to May, I might drop that down to $1,000. Because I am combining food, groceries, household stuff. If you can buy it in a regular grocery store, if you can go to a Walmart marketplace, if you can go to a Food Lion, if you can go to Harris Teeter or Publix or wherever you live, Wegmans, grocery store, if you can go to a regular grocery store and you can buy it there, then that's where it comes out for me. So I don't separate edible food from, let's say, cleaning supplies for the house, from maybe an air filter I happen to buy, which I normally don't buy. I usually put that under miscellaneous. Let's say I bought, what else is in a grocery store? Pet food. If you buy pet food at your grocery store with your groceries, just include it. Just say groceries, pet food, one category, and just combine that budget. That way you're not digging through your receipt and splitting up the transactions. That's the reason I do it. If I'm going to do a big Walmart grocery run, I don't want to split up the transactions. The only time I actually do that with like a big Walmart or something is if I add clothes or automotive or toys or video games or something, electronics or something. If I'm at a big Walmart and I'm getting groceries and all those things, yeah, I'm going to split the receipt. But 9 times out of 10, I'm only getting groceries. So if it's a household stuff, it's the small stuff, then I'm going to leave it in the grocery household category. That's why the number is so high. Restaurants, I bumped up $50 from last month. That's $650. HelloFresh, I'm not doing HelloFresh every Monday this month. I think I'm only doing them for 3 Mondays instead of 5 Mondays. I think there's 5 Mondays this month. Let's see. Miscellaneous stayed at $5.50. I'm going to check and see how many Mondays there are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there are 5 Mondays in the month of June. I did add a haircut and color. I'm excited. I'm going to go lighter. Friend from church, now that salons are allowed to open up and hairstylists can start cutting and coloring and all that stuff, within restrictions, of course. My friend's going to cut and color my hair. She usually comes to my house, so she wears a mask. And I'm not sure if I'm supposed to wear a mask or not. I have to ask her what the new regs are. But it's my house, so I don't think I need to. But she is going to come in. She's wearing gloves. She's coloring my hair. My house is clean. We've been quarantined the whole time. She's not concerned. I'm not concerned. She's going to wear a mask. She's going to wash her hands. She's going to take care of herself. So we're not concerned. So there's that, but I want to get my hair cut and colored. She's coming to my house. That includes her tip and everything. So I'm excited about that. I do cut my son's hair jack, and it's just a buzz cut. It's nothing fancy. It's just two all over whatever the guard is, and he's happy. So I've been cutting his hair. I used to do it when he was younger, but now with everything going on, it's like, oh, it's stuck. There we go. He doesn't want to go out, and I don't want to take him out, so we're not going to make him go. I am not pulling out any personal money. If I need a little personal money, I'll just take it out of miscellaneous. That's what we've been doing past few months. I hope to get to the point where I can separate mine out, but I haven't got there yet. So, Amazon subscription for music, CBS All Access, Sling subscription. This is our entertainment and our internet. So this is what we use. This is storage. Sometimes I add the purchases, like if we happen to buy a movie or if we happen to buy music or something like that. I just put it there just to have a place to put it. My son's medical insurance, home and auto insurance, life insurance. Our home insurance is in our mortgage. ABC Healthcare, that's my husband's CPAP supplies. He'll order later this month, so there may be a charge. We'll deal with that when it comes. Asthma and Allergy Center, I prepay for my shots, so I'm good there. I have not put in school loan yet, and I have not made a charge on my Visa. Yes. And I don't plan to make any charges on the Visa this month, so we're good there. We have grass cutting. Last month we got messed up because of the rain, and everything got shifted a week. So I didn't spend as much on landscaping last month. I pulled out $130, but I only used $65. So I have $65 for this month already, and then I need to pull out another $65 because he should be coming out twice to cut our grass, and then that should be good enough. And we have a large enough lawn that, the $65 is definitely worth the pay. So, so that is that. Yeah, we are set for the month. So what we have left over is this balance forward. This is what I have to work with. Without any money being rolled over from the previous month, in the month of May, I have $683.95. That might be my school loan payment, and I make June all the way down to zero, just like I did May all the way down to zero. I was hoping to do $1,500, but some things have come up. Because I did not do a sinking fund early enough for our vehicle property tax, and because I bumped up so much our grocery, household, restaurants, and stuff like that, I think that's why I don't have the $1,500. Also, I'm debating whether we're going to keep HelloFresh. I love HelloFresh. I love that everything's just delivered and you just cook it and you go, and it's not a big deal. I don't like cleanup. I don't like dishes, but the rest of it I love. The meals are really good. The food's really good. Produce is pretty decent. And I don't have to go to the store. It delivers to my door. But I'm highly debating whether I should keep it for a few months. I might just stop it for a few months, and then later down the road, if we want it, we can get it. I still have all the menu cards from all our favorite meals, so I can create and go to the grocery store and come up with what we need without having to actually have it delivered. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that or not. I do know on Monday there's at least one charge going through, which is on Monday, which is today. And once it clears and not be pending anymore, then I will get that on Friday, and then that'll be good. But the end of the month, because I skipped a week or two, I don't know, I may cancel before those and just kind of leave it as it is. So anyways, that is what my June looks like. I don't know how much my school loan payment's going to be this month. I don't owe anything. It's being deferred anyway. But I was really hoping to make a $1,500 payment. But if I can't, I'm not going to beat myself up about it. Now, what will save us, what this money is based on, and how I budget is on my husband's salary alone. He is actually out traveling on business, and he gets overtime when he travels on business. And because he will be getting overtime, I probably will be able to make a $1,500 payment with this, but I don't know. And I don't want to count on it until the money hits the bank. You know what I'm saying? You budget low what you know you're going to get. If you have a salary, and your contract says in your salary you're going to get X amount of dollars every month or for the whole year, and you know how much taxes are, and every month it's the same, then you budget for that. But if you have a job that also allows for overtime, you don't count the overtime till it hits the bank. I mean, you can guess all you want, but what if one day in the middle of what you expect to be is 2 weeks of overtime, you start 2 or 3 days into the overtime, and then they go, you know what, we have to cut back hours, you can't do overtime anymore. So you were expecting to get 2 whole weeks, and you got 2 or 3 days. That's not good. And if you had already had those 2-3 weeks spent of overtime expecting to get it, but it hasn't hit the bank because they've decided, no, we're not going to do that, then that's going to be a problem. So that's why I budget only my husband's salary, only his retirement check, only his disability check. Once anything outside of that, I don't budget it into the budget until it hits the budget. And that's one thing about a budget that is amazing. It is flexible. You have abilities to move things around to make it work for you. And that's what I love about a budget. I don't have to think about a lot of things. I know I'm going to get enough money for this month. I know this month is going to have everything it needs, irregardless of my husband's pay in overtime. His salary is going to come in, his retirement check's going to come in, his disability check's going to come in. That comes in like clockwork. I know that for sure. If you're somebody that has irregular spending, but you know on average a certain amount, and if you go back and look at your 12 months of income and kind of average that out for 12 months, or look at your lowest month, you can say, okay, on my lowest month, this is what I get. On my highest month, this is what I get. Okay, what I can do is budget for the low, and anything above that I can put into savings, and then I can later use that to supplement my income as needed. So there are lots of ways of doing a budget. Nobody does their budget the same. The principles are the same, but the way you budget and what you budget for is not the same. So I hope this video helped, and I hope this video made sense. Just showing what I have. I know I don't show our income or tithing and offerings. That is personal to us. I'm doing it out of respect for my husband. I would love to show it. I have no problem showing numbers and stuff like that, but it's his income as far as it could interfere with his future if he changes jobs or things like that. But he doesn't mind explaining what our bills are and how to do a budget. He loves all that stuff. He doesn't like doing any of that stuff, but he loves that I share it. So he supports me on that. The only other thing I can talk about is, as you can see here, Amazon, I planned this amount, but it says remaining this amount. This was brought over from last month. I had put $30 into a savings account last month. I'm putting $30 again this month. Now it's built up to $60. So by the time, I think September is when ours gets auto-drafted out. By the time that comes, I just transfer from that savings account into my checking. It takes it out, and we're good to go. So, yeah, we're good. That's how we do it. This is how we roll. So, but yeah, things are good. Savings are looking good. Bills are good. We are getting some overtime. I do not count it, but this is what looks like budgeting within the amount of money that my husband is given for his salary and his retirement and disability. And this is what we're going to have left over at the end of the month. I can't really say how much paycheck to paycheck. I think from the 1st to the 11th, I think it's like $100 or something. And then that rolls over to the next paycheck, and he gets paid again. I pay out the bills, and then there's like maybe a couple $100s left over. And then by the end of the month, there's like 700, 600 or whatever if I save all that amount, which I haven't decided. I had the idea of maybe at zero out every paycheck to paycheck too. So whatever was left over at the end of the paycheck, take that money out and not roll it over and put that in savings. But I don't know. I haven't decided. I really don't know. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if I put any money into savings or if I could leave it there and just leave it in my checking or put it all towards school loan. We'll see what happens. So I hope you have an amazing and blessed day and that your June budget is right on track and ready to roll for the month of June. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.